Okay, so the first bonus is basically this, guys. After all this, how do you put it? Knowledge and all this presentation, right? What most importantly today, I want to show you is how we really draw a live drawing session. Means that I want to take you through a process on when I see a stock in my favor, right? How do I start analyzing? How do I draw everything that I taught you just now and how I implement that on my trading view, how I start drawing the chart to look for potential opportunities to enter and exit, okay? How good is that, people? So I'm now going to jump into trading view and I'm going to start with a few companies that I'm more familiar with, all right? So if you have any companies you want me to show you how I'm going to analyze that, shoot that in a group chat, all right? So I can potentially use my point of view to draw my own TA. So you can learn as well on how I'm going to use the TA to interpret that company, all right? So just show it in the chat. If you have companies you are interested, keep the company coming in. So the more you have, the more I will analyze, all right? If not, I'm just going to kick off with the company I'm familiar with. All right, just shoot anything you want me to analyze in the chat. So I'm going to cancel everything off first to show you again how I start off with my TA. Okay, so again, we are at trading view. When you are at trading view, right, on the top left will be your stock ticker, stock name here. This will be your time frame. Usually when I do my TA, right, I look at 1 day chart. I always look at 1 day chart first. Then this one, very importantly, always look at candles, FX. Let's add our EMA in, all right? EMA 20, 50, 100, 200. Then also RSI, okay? Relative Strength Index. And I will prefer to change my EMA color. I will always use green for 20, red, blue, followed by purple. Right, this is just my preference, okay? So this is Ping An. Yeah, since I'm here already, might as well just look at Ping An first. Let me open this in full screen. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over. Okay, this is Ping An, all right? So here it will show you the latest market update, some of the key earnings, all right, and some income statements here and how the performance has been doing. And here are also some summary on from TradingView. Basically tells you all the technicals. Is it showing you a buy or is it a sell motion? But what I prefer to do is I will do this manually, okay? So stock price, you can see that you can zoom into a later stock price, or you can just use your mouse, right, to show a very long-term stock price. And if you want the chart to be more compact, right, you can drag here on your y-axis, right? So I will prefer to drag it somewhere like this so I can see a very long-term price. And RSI is here. So when I look at Ping An, right, you can see that these are the two levels I draw here, 69 and 62. Let's look at what are the price level, right? So from this is June 2018, we can see there's a strong dip here. And again, when the price goes up, it fails to go up and it comes back down and rebound, right? So here it actually forms you a very, very good support around this price range, all right? So support level is always a range to me, all right? You can't really say that, oh, 69, when the price hits 69, it will confirm rebound. No, it will sometimes come down to say 68, 67, and it rebounds again, all right? So support and resistance, very importantly, you can know roughly the range, but it's not absolute, okay? So people, when it hits down, go up again, and I know that this might potentially be a strong support line, okay? So again, we see the same behavior observed here around early 2019. So 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 1 time here, 2 time here, 3 time here, okay? So when it tested 3 times already, right? To me, when it tests 3 times across a long period of time, say this is around 6 month difference, right? It actually tells you that this level is actually quite strong for Ping An. all right? So when it's quite strong, right? So the price continue to move up. And when it falls very hard during the COVID period, what very interesting is this, guys? During the COVID period, basically stock market plummets, okay? Everyone will know. Then price just goes down, goes down, goes down. Then eventually when it hit this point, this is the previous support I draw, you see? And when it hits this point, it starts to rebound, okay? So you can see that this price level 69 is a very, very strong support for this company, Ping An, okay? This is a China company, Ping An Financial. They are selling a Ping An insurance, okay? So you can tell 69 is a very, very strong long-term support for Ping An, okay? This is one of the questions asked by Mandy, all right? Support can be long-term, can be short-term, but as it goes through a long period of time, like this is from 2018, 2019, 2020, it tested it multiple times already, right? 4 times, and it fails to break through 69. So 69 is a very, very strong price level support for Ping An, all right? And that is for support. So when you see ISI also actually shows you indication. So you can see this point, ISI is very low. It's a oversold region. This point not very oversold yet, but close to 30, good enough. This point, yeah, ISI is oversold also around 20 something. When you see this point, right, ISI is also oversold. It's at 17. It's at a value of 17 only. Okay, so this is how you combine TA together. And when I want to look at candlestick, is there any sign that the candles are telling you that price might rebound? Okay, so when you see here, this is a downtrend, obviously, and you can tell from these 2 candles roughly, right? There's no perfect example for most of the case. So from this, you can tell that, oh, long shadow is forming below, long shadow is forming below, long shadow is forming below. And these 3 candles are green candles. When it touches here, move up, this one candle moving up also, then it just goes up, right? It tells you there is a potential reverse, but all these EMA lines above, right, are all the resistant trend line, okay? So it needs to break through EMA 20 first, which it does. It needs to break through EMA 50, which it does here. Then it breaks through EMA 100, it breaks through EMA 200, it falls back down again, all right? So yeah, this is how you perform your TA on a company. So this is Ping An Financials. All right, any stocks will you all you're interested to see how I analyze it? Maybe I will just show you all Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is quite interesting recently. All right. So if you are investing and you want to diversify out your portfolio, right? Very importantly, guys, I think it's a good time that everyone should pay attention on crypto markets right now, okay? Why I'm saying this is because I observed a similar trend for my side, all right? So last year, also around year-end period, people has been pitching on gold, okay? Many analysts has jumped out to tell you that, okay, gold might see a surge in this market, which it does in 2020. During the COVID period, gold spiked up a lot, right? Let me just pull up gold. Okay, this is gold ETF, but it's similar, right? As you can see, right, it's a very strong uptrend for gold from 2019 onwards. Of course, it's dipped a bit during COVID, but hey, gold has been going on a very strong uptrend after COVID, right? So when many analysts jump out to say gold will be the next bullish trend in 2020, right? They actually mean it. And gold is a safe haven, and it actually goes on a bullish trend during 2020, which is not very surprising because 2020 is full of uncertainty. But hey, now Bitcoin, we are seeing more and more analysts are putting their attention into the crypto markets. And you can see that also from COVID onwards, the price has been going up like crazy, guys. It's very crazy. During the dip, it dipped down to 4K. Now it's what, 23K already. When you do the calculation, it's about 600%. So it's a 6 times return already if you invest during the dip. All right. I also remember that I was sharing this with one of my friends earlier around when the stock price is around 6K, 6.87K. I was saying, hey, there's a halving event for Bitcoin coming up around May. And after halving event, price will shoot up. And which it did. You can see the trend is actually in a very strong trend also. All the MAs are aligned properly, 20, 50, 100, 200. But obviously, too much attention in crypto right now, okay? RSI is telling us that, yeah, it has been oversold, overbought for a long period of time. It comes down a little bit, takes some breather, overbought again, okay? So I wouldn't advise you to go into the Bitcoin rush right now, but wait for a potential retracement, okay? How I can guarantee you there will be a retracement because as you see here, right, after a long period of time overbought, right, even though price move up, but eventually what goes up like this, like crazy, it will eventually come down. When you see this red candle, when you see this three candle, red candle, dodgy, then you see a green candle here, RSI continue going up. It's a sign for you to tell you that, okay, after the fall, there's going to go up again, right? Similar from here, you can see some lower shadows forming and it shoot back up, right? Right now is overbought again, all right? So I will wait for Bitcoin to come down back, let's say EMA 20 or even further down before I add more positions, okay? So this is for Bitcoin. Let me just show you another example for my side. And if you have any company, shoot in a group chat. If not, this will be the last company I'm going to give my example, all right? So Apple is my favorite. For those who know, Apple is my favorite. So Apple, yeah, again, 2024 has been falling pre-COVID. Oh, sorry. 2020 has been falling pre-COVID, right? So it forms a support again. This is a support line I draw here. I'm not sure why I draw here. Okay, interesting. Let me just pull this up. So you can see Apple previously during 2018, right? When it goes up, it actually forms a very slight resistance here and come back down. Okay, so I actually drew a line here for Apple. So when you can see that it dips down, it goes up, it doesn't hit this line, it comes down again, it goes up, close to this level, right? Close to this level, it come back down, then slowly it consolidate here a bit, then break through, right? So it gives me a signal that, okay, this level around say 50, 57, around 57 to 60 is a good, is a potential support level for Apple. So for COVID-4, right, the stock just goes down, blam, 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 blam. Then it falls down to here, around, how much? Let me see. Around here. So around 52 to 55 level. We see what we see here. You can see a long lower shadow. Can you see? This candle here has a long lower shadow. And this is only indicating, it only indicates that price might go up, okay? Only show indication that price might go up. To confirm, see the next candle. Ta-da, the next candle is a green candle. So when you see an indication, a green candle, it tells you that price might, hey, go up eventually. And you can see RSI is not at a super high, it's around at a cooler region, around 30 something region. So yeah, there's a potential uptrend for Apple. And yeah, Apple just fly up after pre-COVID from 50 something to close to 130 something, all right? So this is the previous high. And Apple has been going sideways for the past few months, and yeah, it break through this wedge here. Okay, let me just draw a very quick something like this. Okay, maybe something like this. Okay, these are some extra lines I will draw to give me more clarity. Okay, so when you see here, you can draw something like this, but really technical analysis, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. So as long as you draw something that touches a lot of candle, the more candle it touches your line, it will tell you a trend, all right? So this one here, I call it a wedge, all right? So when you see a wedge, right, a wedge is basically support trend line, resistance trend line, and will tell you after this consolidation, it will either break through up or break through down, okay? So for Apple case, it break through up. So before moving up, right, it will probably fall back down to your EMA 20 support level or to this wedge support level before it goes back up. But I have a very strong conviction on Apple. Q4 is probably their best season always for Apple to boost their revenue, all right? So Apple, in the long run, it will always go up, all right? This is my conviction for Apple. And I want to show you quickly on another stock before I jump into the stock you want. It's called Lemonade, right? Lemonade, for those who don't know, is a new insurance company that is going to disrupt the financial market, all right? So it's a new stock. It just IPO around July. And when it IPOs, right, the price fall down. People are not confident about Lemonade. Don't know how is their business, all right? It happens all the time for IPO. It pops up, then it comes down. So you can see, let me draw here. You can see there's a support level around here, all right? Price just doesn't go down below 40, say 47, all right? So this black line here is what support, new support level that I've drawn. Every time when the price tries to come down, right, it will come down to 47 and goes up again, come down to 47, goes up. And what I draw here again with these two diagonals here is basically a short-term channel on how the price is moving, all right? So you can see when price comes down here, right, it hits this channel, come down, hit this channel, come down, all right? So until it breaks through this channel, I am assuming price will move like this, but eventually somehow there's a very strong bullish trend. It breaks through this channel, all right? So when it breaks through this channel, now something interesting is this, this channel which I'm pointing at now is, you can see is a potential new support, a new short-term support for Lemonade, okay? Lemonade passed through this channel already. Right now it consolidates around this tunnel. You can see price always touch this tunnel, go up, touch this tunnel, go up, and right now it's just shooting up, all right? So before the price fall back to EMA 20, I don't see the price pushing back up, right? And you can see RSI is really high already. So Lemonade is definitely one company in my watch list, and I will continue to monitor, all right? So with TA, when you have a good company in your watch list, you can always use TA to double confirm when you are going to enter, all right? So let me take a look at the chart. Daphne is saying IMND, all right? What is IMND? Let's take a look. Oh, LMND. Okay, so this is Lemonade, all right? Daphne, is this similar to your analysis? I want to know your thoughts also. So for me, analysis on Lemonade is basically right now stock price is too high. I will wait for it to rebound down back to this black line, all right? Or preferably back to EMA 20, all right? That will be probably my next entry. Okay, good. Any more stocks? Type it in. If not, I will look at Han Yang's question. For stock, we can look at different indicators to gauge the value. PE, NTA, ROE. For Bitcoin, is there a way you use for valuation? Okay, so what Han Yang is asking here is basically when you look at stocks, we have fundamentals analysis to look at the valuation, how much is the company worth, right? Then he's asking for Bitcoin, is there a way you use to value how valuable is Bitcoin, right? People will, maybe someone will tell you yes and someone will tell you no, right? But my answer to you is simply no. Okay, so Bitcoin is not a company, all right? It's basically, I would say, it's a cryptocurrency, but it serves similar role as a gold. Okay, so it's to me it's kind of a commodity. So commodity is very hard for you to value what is the price, right? So for gold, people say now gold is underpriced, then it's underpriced. It's similar for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is not going to produce you anything, right? It's just going to sit there. When you buy one Bitcoin, 10 years later you have one more Bitcoin. But depends on how people value, how people perceive is Bitcoin going to go up more or not. But for company, you can value, you can do FA to do some valuation on a company because you can know how much revenue they are generating, right? Like what you say, PE, ROE, fantastic. You can do all these indicators to know that this stock is going to give you more money in the future. That's why stock price is going up. But for Bitcoin and gold, my answer to you is no. All right. So we don't really have fundamentals on Bitcoin to analyze how much should it value to be in a fair price. All right. The closest thing I can tell you that Bitcoin is a limited resource. It will stop. It only has you only have so much Bitcoin in the world, right? So when it stops, mining and Bitcoin's depletes, right? You will probably see another surge in Bitcoin. Okay. All right, cool. Any questions? Any more questions from the floor? Any more stocks you want me to analyze? If not, I will go back now to our second bonus. All right. No more questions. I will move back to second bonus. And yeah, with that second bonus, right? This is very valuable. Thank you for those who stay until the very end, all right? Because this is a very good bonus for you. And I basically asked this good friend of mine who is very experienced in this field to help you to hyper growth or to grow faster for your portfolio, right? For us, you know, as we don't really have a large amount of money, we want to grow our portfolio as quickly as possible, right? You can always do dollar cost averaging, like I always encourage you all to do, but dollar cost averaging will only do you so much, right? You can expect, say, 10% to 20%. If a market is very bullish, maybe 30% annually. But is there a way for you to grow your portfolio faster, all right? So with bonus 2, I'm going to invite Zipei online, all right? Zipei, I'm going to unmute you so you can share more on this topic, all right?
Okay.
Yep.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah. Can everyone see and hear me? I think. Okay.
Yep. I'm just hearing you. Yep.
So. Okay. So yeah. So the next slide, I will just do a short introduction of myself. My name is Zipei, and this is my Instagram account, The Journey to 1 Mil. I record down my investment journey using this account. So if you like to follow, then you can try to follow the Instagram account. And if anything related to investments and related to all these crash courses, I will be updating over there. So yeah, you can get all those information there as well. So I am born in Malaysia and graduate from NTU, and I'm now an engineer doing automation machines. And I started stocks and options trading in just this year. And now I'm managing a diversified portfolio as well as on a track to road to 1 million. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is the bonus that I have for you. So I will be trying to share on a crash course, which is called the power of options. So basically, there will be 2 parts to this crash course. Part 1 will be on the options basics. And right now I'm planning it to be on January, and the time will be confirmed. So if you want to have a know when will I be having this crash course, you can follow me in the Instagram, as you can see the journey to 1 mil. Okay, next. Okay, so what do I mean by the power of options, and why options? Options is actually a tool that we can use to add on when we analyze our stocks. We use fundamental analysis and plus the technical analysis to know when to buy and what to buy. So after that, we can actually use options as a tool to help to leverage our returns with a controlled risk. So what do I mean by that? Next slide. I'm sharing a real life example to you here. So as in the example, as you can see, the first table, the first line is actually buying of Apple options at a strike price of 110. So I actually bought it at November the 3rd this year with a price of $18. And then I closed the position in 9th of December. And when I close it, the options contract is actually valued at 26.20. So that is how I profit from options. So as you can see from the 2 charts below, the left side, I have actually an indication on the price of Apple for the 3rd of November, which is around 110. So the 3rd of November is the green, yeah, around 110. And the right side is the price of the Apple at around 8th of December, which is about 124. So actually the stock price movement from November until December, it's from 110 until 124, which is about 13% gain. But with options, the price movement is from $18 to $26.20. So there's actually a much higher gain, 45% gain. So this is how you can use options to leverage on the stocks to gain much more. Yeah. So in this crash course, basically for part 1, I will be covering the options basics. I will be covering on the introductions, what is options, and options, there is actually a call options and put options. There's 2 types. So I will be covering what are those and also the components of options. So with this understanding of options basics, then only we can try to use options to profit from the market. So next slide. For part 2, I will be sharing more about what are the strategies that we can use after we understand options basics. So the points are like how to apply the basic option strategies, how to combine with fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and how different strategies are actually suitable for different people with different capital size. And as well as I know a lot of you guys here are just starting out, and you will have maybe lower capital. So I will also be sharing about how to start with a capital as low as $500 in options. So yeah, so once again, this is the crash course that I'm going to have in January. And I will be putting in the chat box the link, Google Form link, so that you guys can click in the link and you can register for this course. And then from there, I will see who will be much more available on what dates, and I can choose on the dates in January and try to share with you guys. And last thing is, if you guys find this very valuable and useful, you can actually share with more people so that more people can learn. It's totally free, so and you can learn anywhere. Yeah. So basically, this is what I would like to share.
All right, thank you very much, Zipei. So people, if you are here, I will very encourage you again, all right? Please sign up on these options, all right? Because once you know the power of options, right, you can see from the example that Zipei shared just now, is almost 3 times the return you are getting. But you will have a controlled risk also. That means you are gaining more profit, but the risk you are subjecting yourself is probably similar, I would say, all right? So power of options, very important for people like us with small cap, right? We really want to grow our portfolio faster, right? So options is definitely something I missed earlier, I would say. If I know this before COVID, wow, I hot gao. Okay, all right. So I will urge you all to sign up this, and yeah, we will be looking forward on this in January, and let Zipei take the stage so everyone can hot together in 2021. All right. So before we close off, right, I would just want to ask again, any more Q&A from you all? If you want to unmute yourself to ask question, you can raise your hands up. Any more Q&A shooting in the group chat? If you have any, type in now, and we'll just cover a few more things while waiting for your questions, all right? So after all this, right, after all these 3 webinars, the next step is obviously Zipei's option class, all right? This is a no-brainer. So except for Zipei's option class, right, what are the other options or the next step you can take? So first of all, very important, guys. If you haven't joined this Telegram group, if you are recommended by some of your friends to join this webinar, please join this Telegram right now, all right? Investment Diary, just type in Investment Diary in Telegram and you will be in the same community as me, as Zipei, and as many people here in the chat room, all right? So I will usually cover my investment journey, provide you with some knowledge on how you analyze your stock, what are potential news that you need to look at. I want to build also a strong community with strong whys, all right? I want not only say me or Zipei to grow, I want everyone to grow together, and eventually with a group of community that we have formed, right, we can exchange our knowledge and it's better for us to grow together, all right? So let's hope everyone can grow together very quickly, scale up our portfolio together, and we can do great things with this community, all right? So next off, I have this number one portfolio, which I come up earlier also. So if you want some more guidance after these 3 webinars, take a screenshot of this, visit joeharmonica.com/1-portfolio, all right? There will be some more information for you to build your own first investment portfolio, all right? And also 2020 has come to an end already. What have you achieved, all right? So I also created this life goals blueprint, and it's also available on joeharmonica.com/blueprint, all right? This thanks to a good friend of mine called Sean, right? So Sean actually have a blueprint of his own. I use his blueprint as template. I edited some things, and this is basically a PDF file that you can download, all right? And it actually shows you a process to guide you through how are you going to do your goal setting for next year, what are the things you want to improve on, how do you boost your financial security or financial freedom path, all right? So take a screenshot of this. In 3 seconds, I'm going to jump to the next slides. So if you have any questions, type in the group chat also, all right? So with that, if we have no more questions from the floor, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you find this valuable, and please sign up for Zipei's option class, all right? I want you all to benefit from this because I will be looking into options also, all right? I will be looking into options for 2021. It will be one of the focus for my trades, all right? So with that, thank you everyone for joining. Stay motivated, be inspired, and enjoy your year-end holiday. Happy New Year. Have a very Merry Christmas, and everyone hot together, okay? Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks, Hanyang. Let's grow together. Thanks, Mandy. No problem. Okay, thanks, Daphne, also, all right? Thanks, Zipei. Very valuable. So much to learn from you. All right, I'm going to close this, people. I'm going to close this group chat. Thanks, Shiki, as well. And all right, see you, people.